And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Interlude Media, spelled out right, NTRLD_media. And I'm your host, Nick DeSantis. But you might know me as Nicky Nickname. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also doing this podcast with my fellow co-host. And you already know his name. That's Todd Roshong over there. But you might know him as T. Rowe Price because that man understands the return on investment. And this right here is the Interlude Pod, an idea to an idea. A podcast where two friends are just chopping it up regarding the latest news you didn't know you needed to know, with the goal of teaching you something new and us how to run a pod. But of course, I'd be remiss if I don't mention that each one of these episodes is mixed, mastered, edited, and produced by none other than One Time Productions. So thank you for tuning in. And T, take it away with the agenda. What do we got today?
Glad to be back. Episode 7. We'll get straight into it. As always, we're going to kick things off with a little bit of this just interlude. We're going to see what's going on around the world. Then I got an exciting one. We're going to have our very first fan mail section. Looking forward to that.
Come on now.
And on the topic of looking forward to things, we're going to tap into the Navidius Wilburn segment, see what's coming up in the future.
It always was.
That's right.
Hendricks.
Got to go over to the spins and flips section. We've always got spins. We're going to introduce some flips this week as well. And of course, Nicky Nicknames is going to take us away with some parting inspiration.
How could I not?
So, we got a packed agenda today. I think we got some good stuff coming our way. For people who are tapped into the sports world, especially here in the U.S., people must have heard about this betting and gambling scandal that's going on in the NBA right now.
Remarkable.
Not looking too sharp for the National Basketball Association and all the partnerships that they're making lately with FanDuel and DraftKings and the like. We've got two big names active in the league right now. Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat, insider betting, giving away prop bets, injury prop bets, letting people know, hey, I'm going to exit the game early today with an injury, so why don't you throw a couple $100,000 on that and we'll split the profits. And then, dude, Chauncey Billups, if this is real,
you're right.
Mafia-linked poker games, having his personality there to lure high rollers in, lay down some bets. They've got these specially marked cards. Guys are wearing glasses and contacts. They can see x-rays through the table. Crazy, crazy shit, dude. I don't really have a lot to say on this other than that, like...
Here we go. First and foremost, when have you ever been excited about the NBA? Okay? The NBA has had a terrible product. Now I'm interested. All right? First and foremost, now I'm interested, right? They don't play defense. You know, no shuffling the feet, no zone defense.
Yeah, it's true. How these guys
Boeheim shit. Come on.
How are these guys going to do in court when they don't have a defense?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, dang, that was a dad joke for the age right there. That was a good one, though. That was good. Chauncey Billups is the head coach of an NBA team. Dog, how much more money do you need? Like, that's crazy. Crazy. I don't know if that's true. I think from what I heard, he was denying it. I don't know. I don't know how you get involved with that. And then, how does someone fake your involvement in that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
But the feds are involved. Dude, when the feds did a sweep. I know we got the future section later, but shout out future. But how the hell? It's crazy. But now it's of interest. The other thing that comes to mind with this, though, that's more concerning is obviously the player betting. So I know you were running through it, but our fans, if we have any that don't follow sports, here's the deal. What was happening is one of the best, I don't know if he's the best, but a relevant player on an NBA team, this guy Terry Rozier, was telling people that he was going to come out early of a game. So if you bet on his player props, they call it, which means like, hey, he's going to score X amount of points this game, they would bet the under that he wasn't going to score that amount of points. And if you get injured and come out, you're obviously not going to hit that. So easier to control hitting an under than an over. And I think that's what he was doing, which is ruining the integrity of the game right there, folks. My thing that I look at and I say, okay, betting's cool. I get why that's of interest. but player props ruin it. If you bet on team winning, it's so much harder to get invested in a team. And the homie and I were talking about the other day, Ian, shout out Ian Mesner. Come on now. We were talking about how if player props go to college, it's over. Because it'd be so easy to ruin college games with player props. So I think they have to make sure there's no player props with college sports. They can't run that.
Yeah. No, that you make a great point. Especially, I mean, there are, like you said, sports betting is growing in prominence across all sports.
Right.
And with that prominence, especially with, I don't have the numbers, but I would kind of assume that the demographics in terms of users of FanDuel and DraftKings and the like, all those kind of stereotypical sports betting apps, they're kind of young males who are of legal, gambling age, so 18 plus, but probably 18 to 30 range. That's literally your college students. So you can't have these guys getting involved in that. I mean, I know the NCAA already has some sort of regulations in place that members of varsity sports teams are not allowed to bet. I think at least you're not allowed to bet on your own sport, but they probably shouldn't be betting at all, period.
Yeah, there has to be.
Because, you make a fair point, right? If you got some kid who's, starting five of a Power 5 school getting involved in stuff like whether or not he's going to hit an over or an under.
I don't even think, first of all, there's no Power 5 anymore. RIP the Pac-12. You already seen it at West Coast, no respect. But two, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking more of like the smaller scale, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of a small school right now off rip, but like Southern Mississippi versus Alabama State. That's so easy to influence. Like, how hard is it to get involved with the athletic director, the coach, or something like that to fix that game? It's harder to fix Alabama Clemson. That's got national reach. That's got this. You could put a quick 50,000 on Alabama State losing on a player prop, even like that's it. Like, that would be so easy. And so they can't let player prop betting come into college sports, in my opinion. But no one asked me. I have an idea.
Tell me about that idea.
My idea is this: if you bet on player props, you have to bet on multiple players. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're gonna bet on Terry Rozier to go the under, then you have to bet on at least 2 or 3 more player props in the same bet, right? So if you bet on Terry, then you have to bet on Klay Thompson. You'd have to bet on somebody else, right? Like bet on LeBron James.
Interesting.
So you have to bet on multiple players. Maybe it could be in the same game too. I don't even know all the players in the NBA too much anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you'd have to bet on multiple different players. So if one dude's throwing, that also holds that accountable. So and then you could still do player props that way, because it would be so much harder to have everybody involved in it than just one dude.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. I think if it got to a scale where there were even 3 players across the league, genuinely that small of a number. I think if there were 3 players who were involved in some sort of scandal, some sort of illicit activity, then I think that would immediately blow up. And obviously that would tank the team's reputations, the league's reputations, especially when it comes to basketball. I mean, it already has some trouble when it comes to garnering attention, and if this blows up bigger than it is, it'll be catastrophic. So yeah, man, I don't know.
Seems like it has to, right? Didn't that kid from Seattle, something Porter, Jonte Porter or something? Didn't he just get banned from the league for doing this a year or 2 ago?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
To your point, I don't follow the NBA that much.
What's his name?
I don't know, man. It's like you said, though. It's a topic of interest. It's a reason to follow along to something going on in the NBA right now.
Banned from the NBA for life. Pleaded guilty to conspiracy, committing wire fraud, involvement in sports gambling. Bro, this just happened recent. I'm telling you.
Damn.
This is now like number 2 for the NBA. He's Michael Porter's brother. You know him?
Oh,
Michael Porter
okay.
Jr. Yeah, he's a good player. I think these kids were from Seattle. Michael Porter went to some high school around Seattle.
No way.
Hey, Seattle, Washington. Yo, bet on Seattle. Bet the under on Seattle. We'll get you some money back. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if we want to be.
Don't worry about a thing. Don't talk about it though, sugar. Yeah, don't speak about this.
No. Keep it on the down low. All right, man. Well, yeah, we'll see what the developments are here. Maybe we'll have an update in a later episode of the pod. We'll see. Also, something going on in the world. Now, I don't know if you've seen this. This is a random poll, so you buckle your seatbelt here.
Okay. All right.
Lock it in. Cameroon's president, I believe his name is Paul Biya, has been reelected for his 8th term. He's currently 92 years old. This will put him in office until he's 99 years old.
All right.
I got a problem with this, dude.
So you don't like dictatorships?
Well, so here's the thing. Yes, he's got his 8th consecutive term. Cameroon has had a presidency for, I believe it's since 1960.
All right.
Okay, since 1960, they've had 2 presidents. They had one guy.
If I showed you a map of Africa, do you think you could point to where Cameroon is if the countries were filled in?
General vicinity, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, man.
I play a
world guessing game every day. I don't know if I could. Great flag, by the way. I do know the flag.
What do you mean by world guessing game? We talking like Treadle?
Wordle. Nah, it's like Wordle. It just gives you a globe, and then you just guess a country, and it tells you how far in kilometers it is away and the direction. Shout out my boy Yosin Cambronero. We used to play that. Come on now.
There you go. I got a similar game called Treadle, where it tells you the country's exports, what their top exports are, and the value of those exports. And you got to try to guess what country it is based on their exports.
Literally, that's an elite game. That's an elite game.
I forget what today's was. I answered it though. It was somewhere in.
Don't tell me. You got to send that to me. It's time to play Treadle. Hey, fans of the pod, play Treadle and World Guess or whatever it was. All right. Bringing it back to Cameroon.
Anyway,
sorry about
back to Cameroon.
8 terms.
So he's on his 8th term. Yeah, dude. They've had 2 presidents since 1960, and I'm just First of all, that right to your point seems more like a dictatorship. This guy,
is the other one his father?
The current president, no, I don't believe so. But the current president, he was the one who did away with term limits back in 2008.
Oh,
and he was only the second president of the country, and he did away with having term limits. So I think we got a problem there.
We got like a Vladimir, little Donald situation going on. I see.
It seems that way, but there's something that ticks me off, probably even more so than just the sheer length of time that he's been serving as Cameroon's president. It's the fact that you're 92
Wait a minute. Is this a little WD-40 that we got rolling? Are you about to grind some gears?
I think my gears have been ground, and I need some grease. Okay. All right. I cannot.
T, go off, T. Come on, what do we got?
Deal with the fact that this dude is 92 years old and he's eligible to be an elected official. All right, Cameroon, look in the United States right now, the presidents, government leaders, world leaders are too old. I think we need to institute a rule across the globe, where, take the U.S. for example, because we're from America. It's the country that I know the most about the government system. All right, term limits in the U.S. for a president are 4 years. In my opinion, you should not be allowed to be an elected official if you are over the age of 61, because that would mean that you are serving your term above the age of 65. I think that should be outlawed. Every world leader should be 65 and under during their time of service. Because we got people who are way too old doing this shit.
Your take is that you can't be president if you can't pull your Social Security out. Or if you can pull your Social Security out.
Can pull right, exactly.
If you can pull Social Security, you can't be president.
You are too old to be president.
That's your take.
We have it set in the United States that there's a minimum age of 35 to be the U.S. president. Right. I think there also needs to be a maximum age of 65. If you had people who were from 35 to 65 running this country, I think we got a way better chance than guys who are 70, 80 years old, like we've had for the past 3 presidencies.
Right.
I think it's way too old, dude. I can't deal with it anymore. So the fact that this guy's 92, he's going to be running on 99 by the time his term is up. If he's probably going to run for re-election again until he's 106 at this point. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, but this Cameroon, dog.
It doesn't matter where in the world it is. I think we need to
do away. If it's a dictatorship, I mean, Queen Elizabeth was out there till 115. How old the hell?
All right. Well, there's a couple things there. One, it's purely a figurehead. That's not actually an elected official.
But
and
she's
she doesn't
irrelevant.
actually have any power. Exactly. Who cares about the royal family really that much anymore?
Yeah, but I'm saying they make her a bigger deal. She's more well known than my boy in Cameroon.
For sure, because it's majesty. I mean, that's old world, and it influenced so many of the countries that we have today through imperialism and all that. So
I'm just saying
we know damn well a lot about the royal family, but Queen Elizabeth at the time, she wasn't actually running the country. They've got a prime minister for that. So any elected official, and obviously elected officials do not apply to dictatorships because they are not elected. They just take control and never relinquish it. So it's obviously not something that we can really control for those types of countries. But like anyone who signed on to the UN, basically, if you're part of the UN and you got elected officials, they should have an age maximum of 65. That's my WD-40. That's what's grinding my gears today.
I like this though. Keep it youthful out here. Be nimble. Be understanding of the mass population, not just the elders. I see this. I
think that's what it comes down to. We've got people who have no real relation in terms of their experience to the people who they're leading.
How do you like term limits? Are you a fan of the term limit?
Yes, because like you said, you got to keep things fresh. So you can't have the same.
But do you like 2 or do you like 4 years and it's over?
No, I'm fine with serving 2 terms of 4 years each. I feel like having 8 years gives a sense of stability in a way. If you know that you've got the same leader, the same type of policy that you're going to be pushing for the next 8 years, speaking in terms of the U.S., I'm cool with that. But I just think that if you plan on running and if you plan on getting elected for 2 consecutive terms, that first term, you better not be older than 57.
All right.
Because then you'll be 65 by the time your 8 years are up.
Right.
And if you decide to run after the age of 57, if you run at age 58, you're not eligible for a second term because you'll be 62 going on 66. Not allowed.
Too old. You hit the too old limit.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the Social Security limit.
That's my take. I'm sticking to it.
All right, that's big time. I also just looked up something out of genuine curiosity. The capital of Cameroon is Yaoundé.
Okay.
That's probably the toughest capital name in the world. Imagine, bro. Oh, where are you from? Oh, yeah, I'm straight out of Yaoundé. That's so tough.
That's a good one.
Yaoundé. That's cool.
I got to work on my world capitals, but that's a good one.
Cameroon. Yaoundé. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong too, but I like it. Yaoundé. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get a TikTok dance going to Cameroon's capital here.
Yeah, good. Come on.
Hey, all right.
For the new president. I don't know if new is the right word, but the newly elected president.
Yeah, re-elected. All right, well, hey, speaking of getting a new TikTok dance going, I think that's going to take us over to our first ever fan mail section.
Okay.
So the reason I bring that up is
who sent the fan mail?
I was going to say I see that we have something in our fan mail inbox, but unfortunately it came from you. Because I don't think we have any fans yet.
Gotti! You've seen it.
We've got some fans.
I did have a question. You want to read that off to the people?
I mean, it is your question, so it's up to you if you want to just let them know. But I could read it off if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. I sent it in.
All right, so sent in from our very own Nikki Nicknames. Fan mail question of the week. Why are they called the Calgary Flames?
Isn't that a great question, by the way? Like,
but I got
have y'all ever thought of it? This is a hockey team in Calgary, right? Yep. Alberta, Canada, up north. Yep. And they're named the Flames. But one, the sport's played on ice.
True.
Okay, if there was a flame, you'd melt the ice. All right.
True.
And there's no more sport. So I know that was basic, but okay. 2, do they eat flaming hot Cheetos before the game? Like, what on earth does the flame have to do with anything? Okay.
I have an answer for you.
All right. That's why I sent it in.
So an important note of history that you may not have been aware, the Calgary Flames relocated to Calgary in 1978. They were originally founded in 1970 in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
And you know that those ATL rappers are spitting heat, so that's why they're called the Flames.
You ever notice when people say Atlanta, it's like Toronto, they don't pronounce the second T really. They're like, yeah, I'm from Atlanta. Oh, all right.
Sure. Yeah.
Just side note. Sorry.
That's a dialect thing.
But okay, I did know that Atlanta used to have a team.
Well, you're probably thinking of the Atlanta.
It makes it more sense.
You're probably thinking of the Atlanta Thrashers, which was a different team.
Oh.
Atlanta's had a couple of hockey teams that have since left the city. The Flames were there, like I said, in the 70s. And
yeah, but okay. I'm also then here's another WD-40 for the people. I don't like it when a team changes cities, like they move them, and they don't rename it. Right?
All right, but there's one.
Thank the Lord they didn't keep them the Supersonics down in Oklahoma City. I don't like the name Thunder. We just talked about it last week, how disrespectful that is to a rainy city. However, thank you for changing the name. Vancouver, the basketball team, was the Grizzlies, and they moved them to Memphis. There's no Grizzlies in Memphis. The Jazz, I just know basketball better, but I forget, where the Jazz from originally? Was that New Orleans or was it Memphis? And they moved them over to Utah. The Mormons aren't playing jazz, folks.
Memphis.
Okay?
That's true.
They're just not playing jazz. Change the name, okay? At least the hockey team over there in Utah, the Mammoth, that's tough. That's tough. You could have done something cool.
That's a new franchise. That's technically a new franchise.
You could have done something so cool in Calgary. The Flames?
I'm sure they could have. There's one really cool thing that they do, though, that I want to share.
What?
Because they were previously the Atlanta Flames. You know how in hockey on their sweaters, the captain wears the C and the assistant captains wear the A. They got the patch on the sweater.
Right.
So for the Calgary Flames, their assistant captain patch is the old Atlanta logo sewn onto their chest. It's the old Atlanta A that they got going on their chest.
Yeah, that's cool,
I think it's pretty
you
sick.
Don't have to be a Flame. That is sick, though. And I'll give you one thing to the city of Atlanta. That Braves logo, that A, hardest logo.
Clean.
I hate the Braves, but that logo's tough. That represents the city very well. So I like the A being, but still, at the same time, if I was a huge Atlanta fan and my team was moved, and then I see the team up there in Canada, all the way up there in Canada, that's a far trip to Calgary.
That's a hike.
Wearing the city logo, I'd be upset, man. That's like if they put a supersonic jet on the assistant captain's jersey on Oklahoma City. I'd be upset. I'm upset at that. I really am. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like anything about the Calgary Flames anymore, and you can't prove me wrong. Screw Calgary. That made me even more upset, man. Keeping the city. Jeez.
I don't know. I say it's especially tough because there's been...
See, folks, listen. You come to the Interlude Pod, we'll teach you something new. T over here's got the knowledge bank. Come on now. Thank you, T.
That's what we're here for. I'm going to teach you something new. Yeah, I don't know. Going back to that real quick, it's tough because there's been so many relocations lately, especially with Vegas becoming a new destination, right? And so the Golden Knights were founded. New. So the Golden Knights are, right? But the Raiders are not. They were the Oakland Raiders. Now they're in Vegas. Okay. The Athletics used to be in Oakland. Now they're temporarily in Sacramento for a few years until they go to Vegas. So they're relocating there.
Yeah.
Like I said, when it comes to the Utah Mammoth, first of all, should have been the Yeti. The fact that they got some copyright infringement, load of crap. Utah Yeti would have been so much better than Utah Mammoth.
Oh,
but
I agree.
Mammoth
with that.
is still pretty cool.
I do love Mammoth. Put Mammoth up in Calgary.
That could work.
Heard it here first.
There we go. I don't know, man.
Look, we're a solutions-based podcast.
That's what we do. We are here for the ideas. The idea to not just
Calgary,
an idea. We are here. Lots of ideas.
Calgary, you got to change your name to the Mammoth. And second of all presidents throughout the world, all prime ministers, whatever you call it, world leaders, if you're over 65, you're getting shot. All right, you're done. That's it.
I did not say it that way. Nope.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I'm just creating solutions. I'm creating solutions.
Rest in peace to your term in office.
You're shot from the government.
There you go. Sure. That sounds better. Anyway, before we get too far off track, folks, we got. I think this is going to be news to you. So you think that you're the only. You think that you were the only fan mail of the week. I got some news, dude. I don't think you realize that we put up a post on TikTok the other week of you.
Oh, I don't know TikTok, man.
Yeah, I don't really know it either. I only check it because we post on it for the pod, and so we put up a post the other week of you absolutely going off on hating fantasy football. Did you see the comments on this thing?
Player prop bets. Come on. No, I don't. What? Did we get roasted? I'm about this now. Wait, how do I find it?
So I don't want to say we got roasted. I say you got roasted, dude.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
So we got 4 comments. We got 4
Can I even get to Interlude Pod on here?
You should be able to, but I'll read them out for you. Don't worry about it. All right, you ready? First comment. No. You got me?
Yeah, my phone took my headphones off. I apologize to everybody.
That's all good.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
About
We're
that.
Back. I'll read out the captions for you.
I was
you ready?
trying to, please. I was trying to figure it out, but my technical ineptability is not a word. But hey, another solution. Make that a word. That was a good word.
Add it to the dictionary. 4 comments. All right,
dictionary. Ooh, the dictionary.
Now
how we never thought of this? Yeah, now.
It's as many Nick DeSantis isms that we can come up with.
All right,
I love it.
I want to hear these comments.
So you were getting roasted a little bit. Dude, we have not promoted this podcast hardly at all. This is pure organic reach right here. Okay. Comment number 1. Somebody is 0-7. Ooh. Joke's on them because you don't even play fantasy football.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, did they hear what I said? I was talking about how much I hate it. Why on earth would I be playing it?
They clearly didn't get the message. Yeah, and the thing is, none of these 4 people got the message of the fact that you don't play.
But you got to read me the names of these folks so that I can just roast them.
All right. Comment number 1 from Fire Sports Takes says somebody is 0-7. Fire Sports Takes.
Right, basic.
Comment number 2 from Connor Green. All right. I don't know what you're thinking.
Hey.
Connor.
All right.
Conner. Connor. Let that be known.
Okay.
Comment just says, "You're a dork, LMAO."
I like this guy. All right, Connor Green's got to be our first guest, man. We got to figure out how to get this guy on the show. That dude. Yeah.
Third comment.
Unless someone beats him out.
I guess that's true. But third comment, probably a bot because the username is 001 user. Probably not real. No matter, it says it's not that deep. They clearly are taking it way
really
deeper.
Get defensive about. Yeah, they get really offended.
They
about
really
this,
did
man.
because so fourth and final comment here from Sebi with 3 eyes on the end of it. There is just so you're not good at it? ? So
fair.
It's not
question. Fair.
It's not proper fan mail, right? But I just appreciate the fact that we're getting some organic reach, dude.
We're actually more excited that you commented than anything else.
That's really what it comes down to. The fact that see what I did notice.
Did any other post get comment? Like that's the big one.
So that's the one.
Me roasting
that one's
fantasy
got
football is what did the numbers.
That one's got 4 comments on it. We've got a couple other comments interspersed throughout. What is this one? That one's folks, talking about.
This is what the pod's about, right? We're teaching you something new, but we're also learning how to run a podcast right now. We're running
how to run
networking at its finest.
Yeah,
organic
exactly.
media streams. Connor Green, fan of the pod.
Dude, if I go back here, so how do I see? So that same post that we cross-posted on Instagram, no comments on Instagram, but that thing's got 650 views, dude. We've told nobody about this podcast. 650 views. It's not a lot, but considering zero promotion, I like it.
Yeah. Fantasy football, I guess, is taking off right now. Maybe we need to just do hashtag fantasy football on our next step, even if it has nothing to do with it. Yeah, see what happens. Why not? I'm being serious.
It's worth a shot.
Who cares? Yeah.
I wonder if fantasy football. I wonder if fantasy football is in any way, shape, or form going to play not into yours, not into mine, but to any of our dedicated listeners, into their plans for Halloween this upcoming weekend, huh?
Ooh.
That's our Navidius Wilburn. We got something to look forward to in a few days.
The future. Hendricks. Halloween's coming up, what, Friday? You know the only reason I like Halloween is that it's on the 31st, which obviously is my number. So I just remember that. Yeah, shout out. 31. Throw it up.
That's all we got.
So shout out. That's about it. I mean, I guess like the vibe of it's cool.
I mean, you got any parties this year? What you gonna be? You know yet?
I hate that though, bro.
You don't want to
why
dress
do
up?
I gotta dress up like that? Nah, like here's the take, man. This could be my WD-40. Everybody, listen up right here. Let me get the spray up. As you said, there's a term age limit for the president. There should be an age limit where you stop dressing up.
I like this take because I don't like dressing up either.
We can keep the candy. Keep the candy rolling. You know? And this is what, implementing another solution. I don't have a kid yet, so I'm not going out trick-or-treating. But the parents, a lot of times, are walking with the kids. They're not getting anything. Some of these houses should have, like, cold ones stacked up. Hey, big dog, toss a beer out. You know what I'm saying? Like a little something.
If you start doing
enjoy your walk.
In the future, obviously, we're talking Navidius Wilburn, right? So in the future, hopefully someday we'll be able to afford a house, And if we can afford a house and if we're putting out candy for the kids and whatever, you could be that household. You could be that guy that gives out the beers to the parents. Dude, you'd be the favorite house in the neighborhood right there.
You're right, man. If I can afford the house, man, if I get a house, these kids are going to be getting water. That's all I'm going to be able to afford. Hey, y'all seen this? It's like, I'll be the hydration station, You know how like the marathon, they got the hydration station? That's what I am. I know. Hey, getting candy's a marathon. Get your water. That's what I'm going to do. And maybe I'll be able to afford like 1 or 2 bars, toss it out. I don't know. You think with inflation and all this money issues, like the fund size is going to continue getting smaller to the point that it's like not even fun?
Probably, yeah. I would have to say yes. I feel like it's already not fun with how small things have got, but yeah, no, I think so.
This is tough, dude. Like I just don't love the dressing up. I understand why people do like it though, so that's why I don't really want to cause too much hate with that. Like fantasy football, I'll go neck and neck with y'all. That is stupid. But Halloween, I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just not personally for me. That's cool. I'm cool with still having it because I like seeing people walk around looking like dorks. Like Halloween is just the ability to have New York City every day.
That's honestly fair.
Like New York City, I walk around, I just see crazy ass people. At Halloween, I guess makes it like so you're able to, but then for the rest of the world, you get to have New York City for a day.
Yeah, I guess
that's what it does. But there shouldn't be any social pressure to have to dress up. I don't know, and I get it. I think it's cool if you can knock it off. It's dope. I've actually had some pretty good costumes in my lifetime, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't love that. Dude. I think it's a holiday that should be for the kids, and that there needs to be something else for the adults that like that's what you do. Every holiday has that. I don't think Halloween does.
Well, we're implementing solutions here, so I think we just came up with a good one.
Movies. Who likes scary movies?
Yeah, we want to go off on this for a minute here. This wasn't part
like
of our
horror
agenda.
movies, bro. Like who sat there and said, "Hey, you know what? I got a good idea. I'm gonna create a clown that eats children." Like what,
Yeah.
bro? Like what? Like go to a therapist, man. Go to a therapist. Now, at least you didn't kill anyone in real life,
right?
But I just don't. I don't get it. And this one, I will come after people for, and I'll stand 10 toes down. I don't get the scary movie. Why would I spend 2 to 3 hours of my life terrifying myself?
Right. I mean, I think the people who are in favor of it are kind of in that same almost like roller coaster camp where it's like it's the adrenaline rush and it gets you going and it's that dopamine hit and that's why they keep going back to it. I think that's the argument. However, I'm on your side, right? I don't understand it. I don't get why you would ever spend the money for that. I don't know why you would waste your time on that. Right. I agree with you that it's such like sick and twisted shit sometimes. And you know for a fact that you could rate a movie R, right, dude? That's not going to stop young kids from watching it because who really listens to the rate? Like in the movie theater, sure. If you're younger than a certain age, they're not going to let you in. But everything is streamed nowadays anyway. You can just rent or buy whatever movie you want on the TV, on the laptop, doesn't matter. So the amount of sick and twisted shit that you're planting in people's minds at such a young age is probably problematic.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's on them, I think. You're not really promoting it for that. It's just the way it is. But to your point, I could share a story about your kid, you know what I'm saying? I never liked scary movies. It was one Halloween. It was like we were old enough to not be trick-or-treating, but it was maybe 1 or 2 years after that fact. We were at the Mormon kid's house, man. This is how bad this story is. At the Mormon kid's house. And they decided to put on The Conjuring. You ever seen The Conjuring?
Probably not, because I don't like scary movies. Like I don't watch these things.
It was bad, bro. I ended up not.
How bad we talking?
Finishing. I ended up not finishing. I went outside. This is a true story. I went outside and threw up.
Whoa!
I wasn't drinking. I got scared from that shit. I started throwing up. This is a fact. So, and then
that's a visceral reaction.
I'm sitting outside in the lawn on Halloween, watching the kids go through get candy. I'm throwing up at the Mormon kid's house. That's a day.
Well, you live to tell you live to tell the tale.
I was sitting on that porch. You know the first thought that came to my head? I will never watch a scary movie again. 1, 2. Every Halloween, I'm gonna watch Napoleon Dynamite. The greatest film ever made. I'm gonna watch Napoleon Dynamite. Why would I do something terrible? Watch something great. You know? Shut up, Napoleon Dynamite.
So now we know what Nick's Friday night plans look like. It's just sitting back watching Napoleon Dynamite.
Dia de los Muertos. I like that.
Now that's cool. That's totally different.
I like that.
People conflate it, especially here in the U.S. Similar time frames, right? And people think, oh,
it's spooky.
It's scary. It's spooky. But that's not the point of the holiday.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, like, there is a spookiness to it. But I'm cool with that. I'm not saying that I'm against the spookiness aspect. I'm against horror and like doing it all up.
Yeah.
Dia de los Muertos is real. Halloween seems fake in some of the aspects of it. To me, personally.
I mean, I don't know for sure. Is Halloween just one of those things that was invented in the U.S. and lives only in the U.S., or do people do this across the globe?
Dude, I don't know. I was asking that the other day because we were watching the Blue Jays game. I said, does Canada have Halloween?
They got a different Thanksgiving, but they do have a Thanksgiving.
Right.
But I don't know if they do Halloween up north.
I don't know.
That's a good question. If you're one of our dedicated listeners and you're from a country that's not the United States of America, let us know if you celebrate Halloween on October 31st.
Can you
or
tag
any other
that
day
in our promotional efforts on social media?
Don't worry, we'll make sure that clip gets out there.
We need one Canadian to watch this.
Dude, I don't know. Well, that I think that does it for our Halloween section here. What do you think? We got time for one more segment, or are we getting ready to take this out?
You got a little book you reading? What's going down?
You want to do a little spins and flips? We do a little spins and flips.
Come on.
We might actually be do a little bit of flips and spins. How about that? We'll start it off with the book.
Yeah. I like
a lot of people out there. This is one of the best-selling sci-fi novels, sci-fi sagas of all time.
Right.
New to me, a new genre to me. Okay, I'm reading Dune right now. I'm actually reading. I'm reading Children of Dune. I'm on book 3 out of 6 in the original saga. Yeah, dude, this is uncharacteristic of me.
He's not science. What is sci-fi's name? Science fiction. There we go.
Correct.
He's not scientifically fictional, this man.
Historically, no, but I think I have found a new genre that I can really delve into, because I think there's a lot in this realm that I think would really pique my interest and really get me going. But yeah, I'm on book 3 here of the Dune saga, Children of Dune. Talk about this cover right here, dude.
Yeah, always cool covers coming out of the Dune series, right?
They look so clean, so good.
Yeah, dude, I gotta give it to the cover guy.
Frank Herbert, he didn't design the covers, mind you. He's the author of these novels. He was ahead of his time, dude. These were written, a little bit of backstory here. These were written first novel, mind you, was written in 1965. To think about, he had the foresight in 1965. So that's, do some quick math here, Todd, 60 years ago.
Okay.
That he was talking, I mean, this whole book is set 10,000 years in the future in some galactic, realm where there's interplanetary travel. This is set, like I said, tens of thousands of years in the future in a post anti-AI revolution, fighting back against the thinking machines. I mean, so many insightful, character development and the politics that are so well described and depicted in this book, religion, human dynamics, dude. Like, Frank Herbert, phenomenal author, frankly. Like, no pun intended with the name there. There's just some phenomenal stuff, and for people, I guess, who are not, maybe who were like me, who had never really given sci-fi a try. The first book is long. Don't get me wrong. I'm reading the trade paperbacks here. The first novel is 630 pages or something like that.
Damn.
It's a bit of a bear to kind of. It's intimidating when you think about that, but dude, it was not hard to read. It goes quick
though.
Yeah, exactly. And then book 2 was short. Book 2 was like 260 pages. Now book 3, what do I got here? 460 pages or 470. So
I'm more curious about the fact that you've never read. Like, have you never read the Harry Potter?
I never read Harry Potter. I read Hunger Games when I was younger. When the Hunger Games were, I guess, bigger, because that's kind of
Jackson. I think was big.
Yeah, so I read Percy Jackson when I was in middle school. That's not sci-fi though. Yeah, Percy Jackson. But it's like, it's Greek mythology there. That's not sci-fi.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Flying around.
It's fiction, no less. Okay, sure. And so I read Percy Jackson when I was younger.
Flying, I feel like, sci-fi.
Yeah. When it comes to
Harry Potter,
when it comes to things
Harry
like
Potter?
Never read them. No, I know, it's a shame. I'll have to get my hands on a box set and give them a read.
I would though, if I were you, because you know what, I'm a big Harry Potter guy here, and I'm talking books, not movies. By the way, I don't know if the Dune movies got you interested into reading it or whatnot, but
no,
the deal here
that after.
What I say is the fact that one person. I think this is just the interesting factor. The one person made this whole world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's crazy. Because you'll see people, man, especially Dune, Harry Potter level, are going to be sitting here debating, storylines, debating things for hours. Mm-hmm. There's probably just podcasts on Harry Potter itself.
Totally.
JK could wake up this morning and be like, nah, y'all wrong. And that's it.
It's true.
Right? They literally just can decide whatever they want. And I think that's what's kind of fascinating. It's man,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
got people to buy in like crazy to these ideas, but she could just be like, nah.
It's
she could just wake up and be like, Harry Potter was a dream, and like we'd all have to believe that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
like,
that's true for any fiction author, right? Like with Frank Herbert, he created a whole new universe that is a whole different set of planets that have their own ecology, all these different families, this intergalactic imperium, and these powerful families, and the Coam, and just everything. It's a whole world. Yeah, it's a whole different Duniverse, pun intended, right there, where it all came out of his head, and he has, he had final say on it. It is, and I think it's really cool.
That's what I say. Like, but some people don't love that genre, and it's because it's fiction and all that. And I get that. I think what you want to come into it though is understand that one person was creating this whole thing and just how impressive it would be to make that up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the part of it. You might not love the story, whatever, but you can appreciate what went down.
Yeah, it's a cool perspective to take for sure. Just to give credit where credit's due for something like that. I'm with you. Yeah, no, dude.
To all the people who made horror movies, I don't appreciate. I don't get you. You're messed up. And you need to go to see a psychiatrist. J.K. Rowling might also need to see a therapist. There's some crazy things that she made up that if she said that in the 5th grade, people would be like, a Dementor, walk out of this classroom, okay? Like they would be a little upset, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. I don't know. It's cool. She figured it out.
There's a lot of authors do
that. Some of these things that you could turn and it's cool. Y'all horror movie makers, you're done.
You're done. Not cool.
You're done.
I like fiction though, dude. I'm glad I've gotten into this genre. I will give Harry Potter a go. I know that it's targeted for a younger demographic, but that doesn't
a little bit.
That doesn't preclude anybody from reading the books, right?
No, but I think you'll find it interesting. That's what I'm saying. I think the beginning is kind of more kids, but as it gets deeper, it's better. But the way it's written, I think, is interesting.
That's one thing that I do know about the Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling, as she wrote the novels, intentionally, like from book 1 to book 7, right? The reading level got more difficult as the novels went on. And she did that intentionally because it's like, okay, you might read book 1 when you're in 5th grade, and you might read book 7 by the time you're in 8th grade. And so she intentionally wrote in a style that got more difficult so that the books kind of aged with the readers, which I thought was really, really cool.
But you know what else needs to be talked about, and that is usually the movies get it wrong, and like there's a lot of details missing in the movies, but the movies did a great job showing, like they followed the same kids from what was his name, Daniel
Radcliffe.
Help me out. Radcliffe. He was a kid. They really picked them as kids, and you know what I mean. I think that's just fascinating that they were able to do that, because the last book he's way older than what he should be. But he's probably younger in the first book than what he should have been. It's interesting. They did a good job there. I got to give them that. I just think that's funny.
Job with the movies.
Cool. It's cool how they aged, how she aged it, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. And I know Harry Potter did do a good job when it comes to telling the story through movie form, right, compared to the books. I will say, so after reading the first novel of the Dune saga, off the first book, recently they've made 2 movies, part 1 and part 2. These are the ones that are starring Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya as kind of the main characters there.
Right.
Dude, after reading the book, now I 1000% get it why people say that you should always read the book first.
Right.
Because those 2 movies did an injustice to this novel.
Yeah, but see, I have Dune, and I haven't read it yet, but I've seen the movies, and I almost want to like finish the movies because at least I can enjoy the movie. The moment you read the book, the movie's broken. It's broken.
Dude, so I was watching the movies alongside my girlfriend, and having read the books, I knew what was happening. She was confused the entire time because they did zero setup. They just introduced these characters out of nowhere.
Bro.
It makes no sense. So, like, I feel bad for anyone who just went to the movie theaters, probably went to an IMAX theater and paid $35 to go sit down, get a freaking $14 popcorn and a $12 Coke so you can sit down and watch a 3-hour movie and have no idea what the hell you're watching. Like, that I'm not a fan of.
Spray the 40.
Yeah, we're breaking out a lot of grease.
That was too much, bro. You know, Voldemort, that's a household name. The name's in Dune, bro. I'm not pronouncing that.
No, but nobody has heard of.
Give me one of them.
I mean, the main character, his name is Paul, so on paper that sounds pretty easy. But his last name is
right?
Atreides, right? There's another enunciation there.
Too much.
Atreides, who goes by.
Bro.
So Paul also goes by Muad'Dib. He is also Usul. He is. Let's see.
Too much.
He's like the Messiah of the Fremen. Fremen's hard to pronounce.
But
Chani is one of the main characters. Stilgar.
Showcase that in a movie.
That's kind of what I mean. It's too.
So I'm not hating on the fact that he has this, but you can't do that in a movie. You just can't. So shout out the book. It makes the book that much more impressive. Trust me.
Exactly. I'm an advocate for reading the book first, and for anyone who's got any sort of interest in fiction, in storytelling, in politics, in human dynamics, in ecology, so many different things these novels cover. Give them a read. Shout out Frank Herbert. Highly recommend. Don't be shy to try out some new genres, folks. Reading's good for you.
Hey, come on now. Big ups, T.
That's what we got. That's all I got for you, Nick. I don't know if you got anything that you're spinning right now. If you're ready to just kind of take us out, you tell me.
We can take it out. We're kind of getting up there today, and my parting. It's more of a parting story. There's a little inspirational thing.
Ooh,
so this might take some time. This might take some time. So here's the deal. Some of you may know I got a new job. Right? Company called Known. Shout out. Been liking it so far. One thing with this company though, they make us do fun facts to introduce you to like the team members. It's a smaller company. So I'm used to big, giant corporations. This one's smaller at the age of like probably 200, a little bit over 200 people in total, right? It's like the CEO is on the floor with us. Very different than what I'm used to. But there's a lot of different like teams that you work with, whatever. And each time the meeting starts, it's pretty much like, and here's one of our newest team members, Nick. Nick, you want to share a fun fact?
You need a new fun fact for every meeting?
Bro, yeah, I've been asked to share a fun fact, I think upwards of 4 to 5 times already within a month, probably 2-month period. That's a lot.
That's a lot of facts to come up with.
And I'm also like, I get it. You got to break the ice some way. Not a huge fan, but it is what it is, and I get it. So like no hate. Do I love doing it? No, that's more what I'm trying to say, right? But it is what it is. So I have a few. I have one that's good for corporate, which is that I've lived in all 4 U.S. continental time zones before the age of 20.
Facts.
So that's kind of just like, that's interesting. Like that's the one that I go to.
That's a good one. We like that one.
Depending on the crowd, I bring out the heavy hitter. I have my JV basketball jersey retired because that's a storyteller, right? That's like, damn, whoa. So that's more of like the personality, like you bring it out. But other than that, like it's kind of 1, 2. I don't really think about it. I've always had a third one in my back pocket, and I don't really bring it out. It's more basic. Like it's really not that fun of a fact, but the way you tell it can kind of share the story of it. Okay. And so they go, all right, look, we're going to have our first town hall. We need another fun fact. Now this is like 4 fun facts deep. And they want to do a video of all the new kids and then post the video of like them introducing themselves, what team they're on, and their fun fact.
All right.
So I'm like, all right. I've already done like there's boards throughout the office, like the TVs, right? My JV jersey is retired. Is the fun fact on there? Every chat I've ever used, it's the 4 time zones. So I'm like, all right, it's time for the TSA PreCheck one. That's my third fun fact. But it goes a little something like this. I say, and my fun fact is Every time I get up to the security checkpoint line, my laptop remains zipped in the bag, my shoes stay laced, my belt is fastened, my light jacket remains right on my shoulders, and if I'm wearing jewelry, my chains proceed to hang all the way through the security checkpoint because I am a certified TSA PreCheck member. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you hit them with a dab, you do something like that. It's a little much, but I do a little something like that. So I did that for the video. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know that everyone from the whole company is in the town hall, Todd.
Have you never had a town? I guess when you're in big corporations,
I've had town halls, but it's like, no one like truly in the big corporations, the town hall, nothing gets said. It's we are improving business by so much because the efficiencies has been changed. In order to increase sales, we increase the efficiencies. So what does that mean? Like, I've never been to a town hall where they tell you what it means. Like, sure. I'll give it to known. They were breaking us down. They were showing us the charts. They were giving us like the new creatives coming out. Like, they were really showing it. But then they were really about showing the new kids too. So the video goes up. All right, everyone, it's like, I got the citizenship this year. Like it's like my fun fact. I've lived in all 4 continental time zones.
Yeah,
and it's my dumb ass, bro. My dumb ass comes on that video screen. Takes what, like 10, 15 seconds to go through this whole thing, right? Yep. Just to say that I'm a certified TSA PreCheck member.
Hey, that's giving again, everybody.
Bro. No, listen, I did it again, dog. The fucking place loved it. Like, I didn't think it was like, no, but like, I didn't even think it was like that. Like, it's funny, you chuckle, bro. The CEO has to go speak next. He gets up there, he goes, I just want everyone to know I'm certified TSA PreCheck too. Like, we did a group photo.
Dude,
they're like, geez, and the guy goes, no, PreCheck. Yeah, I swear to God. I've met now. This was last week. Today, I had 3 to 4 people come up to me today. Wait, what's your name again? I'm new here. I'm Nick. Nick DeSantis? Yeah, that's me. You're the TSA PreCheck guy. Oh, bro, now I'm the TSA PreCheck guy.
Oh, no.
Like, that's I really put myself in another box at a company. Yes. They're like, well, you're the PreCheck kid. Yeah. Like, well, it's not even, it's a basic fun fact. It was like, it was the delivery of it that people liked.
Mm-hmm.
Not even trying to brag. I'm actually upset more because now I put myself in a box. It's crazy.
You don't have to put yourself in a box. No, dude, because
but I get what you're saying. Guy.
No, I get what you're saying. And that's how everyone's going to think about it for right now because it's fresh on the mind, right? Town hall was last week. But if anything, like you said, it's the personality. It just shows a little bit about who you are, kind of fun guy that you are. And then ideally that'll spin off into just better interactions for you throughout time, right?
Well, you said that in a very studious way. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
You took a very corporate approach for that.
You know I'm always here for the logic, dude. My brain works that way. I can't turn it off no matter how much I try.
I'm worried because like Stephanie's like, hey, is that the PreCheck guy? You know what I'm saying? And Todd's like, well, you could.
Well, maybe someday.
Networking opportunity. Yeah.
Maybe someday. This is supposed to be parting inspiration, so I'm not going to go down too much of a negative here. But
I do have some inspiration, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I was going to say I might have to have a bone to pick with you because you had a perfect platform to say that you're the Interlude podcast guy and you didn't promote the podcast. So.
Oh, that's true. Could you imagine the fun fact in front of the new company? And I'm the co-host of the Interlude, spell that right, NTRLD_media, the idea to an idea, the Interlude pod. Thank you.
That would have been
shaking
good.
My head like that. That would have been
so good.
People would have been like, what are we missing? Yeah, no, that's on me. That's on me. Maybe I can use my platform as a TSA PreCheck guy to flip that. But
it's
right. It's tough
Get
when
us some fans.
That's the adjective that describes you. But this is what I want to say. And this is why I bring this story up. One, I think it's hilarious. I do. And it's not the end of the world that I'm known as a PreCheck guy.
Nah.
But 2, this is what I got to say. To everybody out there who doesn't think you have a fun fact, TSA PreCheck is not a fun fact. But it's the way you say it. It's the way you play it. Mm-hmm. You can take very basic things and flip it, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the party inspiration to you. Don't worry about what it is. Take the basic, but make it unique and be yourself. Now, every time everyone at Known thinks of TSA PreCheck, they're thinking of me. I don't know if I like that, but I did that. So
you make a fair point.
It goes. But look, that's what it is. I definitely had the least cool fun fact, but I had the most memorable.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Again, I don't know if it's a good thing, but look, you can make it the way it is. So that's the parting inspiration.
Love it. Love it.
And
great way to take us out.
And with that, this concludes another episode of the pod. My name's Nick. That boy's T. Thank you for listening. And folks, we had a pleasure making this podcast. I fucked it up, T. I forget. Get the close. We had a pleasure making this for you. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Damn, man.
Because we had a ball.
I got too much of the World Series in my mind, and I'm off Drake right now. So
all right, dude.
Shout Out Nothing was the same. Great album. But here's the close. I got to run it back for everybody. That was funny. We enjoyed making this podcast for you.
Still didn't.
And we hope you enjoy.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast half as much as we enjoyed making it for you. Because we had a ball. And only real ideas are going to last. All the other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow. Good night, New York.
Yeah, we needed that. That was bad. Good night, Connecticut.